welcome back to Insight. We are joined now by Casey Weed from Howard Bailey Financial. I'm always a little nervous when you're here because it means that I have to think about financial planning or my lack thereof.
We've talked a lot about retirement and, planning for our retirement that we both are, thinking we may not ever get. But you have a thing called purpose-based planning. It seems to make sense to me. I mean, that you want to plan,
everything
you
needs
have a purpose,
right?
yes. What exactly does that entail?
Well, that is what we practice. With everybody we sit down with, we need to create a purpose for everybody's assets and all their investable assets. I see people walk into our office time after time with bags full of statements.
Yeah.
They'll walk in and set this bag full of statements down and go, "Here, can you help me?" And we go, "Well, what's the purpose of this?" And well, it's supposed to take care of our income. It's supposed to take care of our liquidity. It's supposed to grow with inflation. It's supposed to take care of our estate. We're going to leave some of this to our kids. It's taking care of all these different things, and that creates a very inefficient plan. Recently, we took an anniversary trip, my wife and I, down to the Caribbean. Now, have you ever been down there?
I have not.
Have you been to Mexico, like Cancun?
Yes.
And maybe you've seen one of those buses that you can hop on. They're amphibious buses. They've got a glass bottom, and you can.
I've never been on one.
Well,
but
they're a lot of fun. And you hop on, you kind of drive around town, you see a little town, and then you drive into the water, and it's real pretty, and then you hop out, and everybody's having a great time. And that's a type of vehicle that's trying to accomplish more than one thing, and that's a lot like trying to accomplish a whole bunch of different things with your retirement plan, with all these different assets and not having a purpose for them. That vehicle probably wouldn't be a whole lot of fun to drive on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Maybe a little slow, probably even a little dangerous.
Right.
And so that's much like if we don't get our financial lives in order and create a purpose for all those different assets, we create a lot of extra costs and extra inefficiencies that we can really solve by creating a purpose for all those. One for our liquidity, one for our income, one for our growth bucket, one for our estate plan. If we create a purpose for all those things, it'll make things a lot simpler and create a lot better picture for your retirement.
And you've talked about how if we come into you, you can kind of walk us through where we are. I'm at a different stage in life than Emily is, mainly because I'm old. So I maybe can't take on as much risk as Emily could because she has longer to be planning or be saving for retirement. Risk tolerance, what do you think about? Is there a magic number? Is there...
Well, there is no magic number. Like you just said, you two are totally different people. And everybody that walks in our door is totally different. And the thing that frustrates me about risk tolerance is I think most people really don't have a clear idea of what that even means. And there's two main problems with that. One, quite often you walk into an advisor's office, you're handed this risk tolerance questionnaire, and you start to fill it out. And as you're filling it out, you get to questions that just don't make any sense to you. One of those that I've seen in the past was, well, how much money do you expect to make? You go, well, I want to make a whole lot of money. And that doesn't necessarily, that might skew you all the way to one direction and make you all of a sudden a really aggressive investor, which you're not. And number two, everybody has a different idea of what conservative and aggressive means. That means something totally different to me than it does probably you and maybe your advisor. And we all have a different idea of what that means to us. And so what you really need to do to test this is sit down with your advisor and ask them, well, what do I stand to lose? What's a worst case scenario? What will happen in another 2008 if we have another 2001? What are my risks? What can I potentially lose? And they should be able to run an analysis for you to show what those risks are and what the potential is of having a serious loss.
So here's what I've gained from all of this.
That we need to come see Casey.
Yes. I feel like, so the bottom line is, come check out Howard Bailey, come see you or another advisor, because we can't go it alone. No.
You need a second opinion.
Absolutely. If you have questions for Casey, he's going to answer them maybe in a future Financial Friday. Email info@howardbailey.com and he can help you out. Make sure you're watching next Friday when we will answer, and by we, I mean Casey will answer some more questions about retirement. We'll be right back on Insight.